displayed. Step 3. You can select from the displayed list anyone you wish to sell your tokens to, then click on Sell Online. Step 4. Fill in the amount you're willing to buy in fiat or crypto. Then select Payment Details, that is, the receiving account. Step 5. Click on Sell. The sell contract details will be displayed on your screen for you to verify your transaction. You can also chat with the buyer from the chat box or call their phone using the phone number provided on the top left corner of your screen. Wait for the user to pay for the sold tokens and confirm payment on your bank's app. Step 6. Once payment is received, click on Release USDT and then click on Confirm. Proceed to check your balance to confirm that the sold tokens are deducted. The transaction is successful. How to sell. Hi there! In this video, we'll learn how to sell crypto on SX P2P platform. Step 1. Log into your Acex.market account from your device and click on P2P. Step 2. Click on Sell Online. A list of available and willing buyers will be displayed. Step 3. You can select from the displayed list anyone you wish to sell your tokens to, then click on Sell Online. Step 4. Fill in the amount you're willing to buy in fiat or crypto. Then select Payment Details, that is, the receiving account. Step 5. Click on Sell. The sell contract details will be displayed on your screen for you to verify your transaction. You can also chat with the buyer from the chat box or call their phone using the phone number provided on the top left corner of your screen. Wait for the user to pay for the sold tokens and confirm payment on your bank's app. Step 6. Once payment is received, click on Release USDT and then click on Confirm. Proceed to check your balance to confirm that the sold tokens are deducted. The transaction is successful. How to sell. Hi there! In this video, we'll learn how to sell crypto on SX P2P platform. Step
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are viewing us from. My name is Joe. I'm going to be your host for tonight. Thank you so much for finding time to join us in our webinar tonight, our global webinar tonight. And I would like to start by a word of prayer. Thank you very much for being with us. So let's start by a word of prayer. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening. We want to thank you for this moment that you've given us. We want to thank you for your journey, for your mercy throughout the year. Father, we want to thank you for this moment that you've given us. As we start our webinar tonight, we commit this webinar to you. We pray that, Lord, you will be with us. You will walk with us. Help us, Lord, that we will be able to understand everything that we are going to discuss tonight. I pray that, Lord, you will guide us through the meeting. For it is in Jesus' mighty name that we pray.
Amen. Amen. We are still not yet live. Okay. That's why I
So this evening, we are very privileged to have the press. We are not live. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. I want to take this moment now to start up our meeting and to start off. To start our meeting, and I'm privileged this evening to introduce to you our president for tea markets. I'm indeed very overwhelmed for us to have him on our meeting this evening. And without much ado, I'm sure those who have worked with us through the journey, we are very much privileged to have him on board. This is a man who has a great vision for this company. He has been very instrumental in this far we've come, and he's always been an inspiration for all of us. And I'm sure we need to move on with his vision. He, he has been very keen on us and helping us to understand what is happening in the markets. And indeed, despite as many challenges that we have gone throughout the year, he's always been there for us, and he has guided us all through. And he has a wealth of experience when it comes to the financial markets. And I'm sure this evening we are going to learn a lot from him. So he's going to unlock a lot of what has been happening in our company. And I'm sure all of us will gain a lot and will understand where the company is moving on. Without much ado, it's my privilege and honor this evening to introduce our president, Mr. Ian Mufura, to pick the floor and take us through our today's presentation. Thank you so much, Mr. President. The floor is yours. Kindly welcome and take us through the next session. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can tell you're having some technical challenges there. Thank you. Joe's sitting in for Joyce today. Joyce having some technical issues also on her side, but well done. Prayer is prayer. It's very, very powerful. I encourage anyone to pray and worship the Most High God. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the year end and we're here to give you an update where we are, what's happening, and give you an overview, growth of our business and the happenings in the background. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you join us from different regions of the world. We see that from the background, and I'll be diving into some statistics later on. I love looking at the statistics that drive our business. I'll be sharing a PowerPoint presentation in order to take you through just about everything that has been happening in the background. And I do hope you stay tuned with us. Towards the end of the program, I will be responding to all kinds of questions, concerns the members have. And and to demystify some issues out there. So stay tuned to the very end so that we can tackle that, so that you go with real value, with official information. Okay. Now, I just want to today put in a bit of a disclaimer. Someone reached out to me that they're uncomfortable when I smile when doing presenting to the audience, that it sends the wrong picture. But I'd like just to clarify that I'm a very positive-minded person. And so when I smile, it is from a positive mental attitude that I'm smiling. It is difficult for me to be gloomy, whether in a difficult situation or in a bright situation. I try and stay positive at all times. And so that is who I am. Some time back, people used to, to call me, that of no down moments. So I've been like that for a very long time. So it's just my character. And don't take offense when I smile and you don't smile in your life. It's just the way it is. So I just wanted to say that, and also to make a point that we do make this presentation to not just to our investors, supporters, even to those that don't support us, because we do have such a huge community that support us. So we need to address the presentations to them, to the investors, to the would-be investors, because we do invite a lot more people. In fact, in this meeting, we've invited new people that have never looked at our presentation and have not participated from different regions of the world. So they're here today, and I just want to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, that have come to participate in this presentation. And so it is a global presentation for everybody. It is not directed at anyone, and anything that I say should not be taken personal. It is not directed at any any particular human being out there. It is a webinar that discusses the issues of our company, and to give, number one, the well-wishers an update, because they're the ones that want to see things materialize. Of course, you have those that are uninterested in seeing growth and seeing the project materialize. Well, they too can get a little bit of information. But I just wanted to give this overview, or if you want to call it a disclaimer, I just wanted to give that so that it's clear. When I smile, I'm not laughing at anyone. I just have a positive mental attitude. And we've gone through so much as a business, so much, and we've managed to get the business running. And so that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So let me share a presentation that will give us a good, clear picture where we are and where we're going with our project. I'm just busy looking for that presentation. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I found it, and we're going to slide right from the beginning. Thank you. So this is TM Markets. Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to the growth of this business and for you remaining on board with us up until we take this business to our desired ground. Now, a little bit of an update. Again, we've been working tirelessly behind the scenes. I thank the team that has worked with me to see this project get to where it is. Of course, we started out with other individuals that somewhere along the line dropped off, but the team that has made this happen is a combination of the old folks and the new folks that are there. Then we have a set of consultants that we've engaged in India, in Pakistan. In India now, there's another team coming. In fact, there has been two teams. There's another team coming on board that assists us a lot on this project. We have, another consulting team in Australia that has helped us a lot on this project. So there's a lot going on in the background. You might not see it. I am the face of the business, obviously. And so I'm the one here to present to you and give you an update. So we've faced a lot of challenges during this year. And quite frankly, if you'd asked me this last year, how long it was going to take to materialize the project or to get it to where it is today, I would never have guessed. But there is one gentleman that was working with us then. He had some experience working on a platform. He reached out to me one day and said, "No, but sir, you are aiming to get this thing done in about 6 months maximum. I don't think it's going to take 6 months." In fact, at that point, I was thinking 3 months. He says, "I don't think it's going to take 6 months. I think it's going to take a year or beyond." 6 months is wishful thinking. A year and beyond, I just dismissed him. I thought, no, it's not going to take that long. We've got that figured out, and that figured out. Well, I think I was wrong, and he was right. It has taken long, and the challenges that we faced were totally beyond our control, especially me, totally beyond our control. For example, I'm not a software engineer, and when we had software glitches here there, I could not dive in and assist. I could only depend on the consulting team that we had engaged to solve those problems. And I remember there were 2 occasions, in fact 3 occasions, where we were actually just stuck in one position for a very long time without having a solution. And so what I've learned during this phase is that things can take time. I've known that. I've been in business for a very long time, a very, very long time. Before many of you were even born, I was already in business. But I've been in the Forex stock market industry, the financial services industry from about 1999. So I've been in this industry for about 2 decades. I jumped onto Bitcoin very early, somewhere about 2010. 2010, somewhere there, I'd already acquired some Bitcoin, but I didn't even know what it was. Someone just persuaded me to get some, about 200 Bitcoin or 250, somewhere there. The platforms that were there then and what we have these days, which is completely different. But I did that out of faith. I even lost my password somewhere along the line. But Bitcoin is one cryptocurrency that has evolved over the last 14 years, is it? Yeah, almost 13, 14 years. It has somehow evolved. It's not what it used to be in terms of the approach and what was being offered then. Then what was being offered was purely a peer-to-peer, remittance mechanism. All that, well, is still there, but there are so many other applications that have come. The crypto industry has grown. So many players have come on board, including ourselves. And so, yes, successful businesses, successful concepts, they can take time to materialize. And that's what we saw with Bitcoin. For it to have reached the pricing of 68,000, earlier on this year, you should understand it took a very long time to get there. But that's not the price where it is today is not where things are going to remain. I think the crypto industry is going to be with us for a very long time. It's still evolving. Many changes are going to take place. And so, I just want to encourage those of you that, have somehow lost patience with the growth of our business and how long it takes. It has taken time, I agree, but it has not been deliberate. The frustrations, the setbacks that we've had, and all that. The one thing that I can promise you is I'll never drop the ball, no matter what. I don't care what anyone out there, one of the detractors is trying to portray, but I'll never ever drop the ball. You can count on me to deliver, no matter how long it takes. So when we look at our current offering and the projects that we've been pursuing, you will find that all our projects have such a great global appeal, demand. All our projects are very, very sustainable. And remember, the reason why we got here is that also we were looking for a business, or we were looking to adjust our business modeling to bring about sustainability, and that we should not rely on speculation and trading on other people's platforms. And so if you look at our native token, the TEM coin, it is a sustainable business, and I think it's going to be there for a very long time. It gives us a strong competitive advantage in many aspects, more especially that we've got very unique projects. Our exchange is a very, very sustainable business. It's still in its early stages. I know I've had people reaching out to me. I think this is the exchange has been running for about 6 weeks, with our spot trading and the peer-to-peer exchange. Now, a business is like a human being. 6 weeks human being, will not do much. Well, I'm not suggesting that we're going to take 30, 40 years to develop the business, but I just want to bring this to context that a business does take time to develop, because there are all kinds of unforeseen circumstances one would run into, which we ourselves had run into during the last 16 months of developing this business. But that doesn't mean we've dropped the ball. So to carry on, with what I was presenting is that, so we have a business, or all our projects have such a great global appeal. They're sustainable businesses. If you look at all the projects, apart from one, all of them have been implemented, apart from the Red Planet resources, that when we already have all the equipment about to go into production. Now, that's great. So if you see on the screen, we've put an X this because it hasn't started production yet, but all the other projects are running. Now, that's grand, because you have participated in programs people have been presenting to you, especially the noisy makers, that you don't even know where those projects went to. Our projects are, we have proof for it. The exchange, you can go there and open an account and perform a trade. In fact, 1 or 2 times the server has not been running efficiently. We've managed to fix that. And so our projects are running. We have one more that we need to take into production, and that production, I think is going to happen sooner than we think. Probably the first quarter of 2023, we should have gone into full production. We'll keep you posted on that. So many moving parts in that project, but it's a fantastic project. It's a huge project. It should run with us for a very long time to come. And so those of you that have invested with us, that have a long-term view in your investing endeavors, this is the right place to be, because you're going to be with us for a very long time to come, and you'll be able to benefit from this project for a very long time to come. All right. Now, also, if you look at which one of these businesses is currently operational, you'll see that all our business are currently operational apart from our Visa card program, which we're just about to connect to the exchange in a matter of weeks from now. Once we connect that to the exchange, those of you that have already received your cards, in fact, that's some great news there. We actually even distributed the cards. Once you receive those cards, you'll be, once we connect the cards to the exchange, you should be able to transfer funds to the cards and be able to use them. Now, that is also fantastic because we've been able to deliver and we've been able to demonstrate the mere fact that you've got a card, that should give a lot of people hope. And so all our projects also offer serious room or a great space for expansion. Our token has great potential for expansion. In what sense? Adoption. As we deliver, as liquidity is increased and trading activity increases with our token, you have more acquirers, or rather more holders of our token, and that in itself is the expansion. Our exchange has also great room for expansion. There are other the platforms that we're going to connect on the exchange, and so with time, this is still early days. With time, our exchange is really going to grow. What I'm aiming to do is to bring the functionality on the exchange where the holders of our token can sell their tokens with a limit order, not a market order, but with a limit order on a willing buyer, willing seller basis. We've been talking about that for most of this year and parts of last year. So my mission is to make sure that functionality is there and people can be able to trade. And so is our real estate business. We intend to expand that. Now, we've got future projects, but before I get there, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to share with you. I'm going to come back to this slide. I'm going to share with you. You see, there's a lot of misconception and misconstrued ideas of where we are. First of all, remember in our top earners program, people were staking. The people to this day, because I see the questions that come through, the people to this day that do not understand what staking is, because we're going to have that on the exchange. People don't understand that. Okay, what is staking? Okay, in the context of what we were running before, staking basically means lending. Okay, so if you lend capital to a project like ours to go and materialize a project, okay, you know there is no crime in lending. You see what I mean? And if we then say we're going to give you a reward for you locking up your cryptocurrency with us for this period, we're going to develop the project. There is no offense in that. I know that people trying to misconstrue the idea of staking and all that, but that is what we presented. That is what is there. Our terms and conditions are very, very clear. They're still on the website. Anyone can read them. Okay. But what it is here is all about prudence. What have we done? We've gone for 10 months or so last year into this year. We went and presented to the members the step change, or how we were remodeling our business. Okay, why we explained what happened with the old platform and the changes we're making. Everyone was happy with that. We got all kinds of stand ovations and all that, all the way into December when we launched our first SX exchange, which didn't work very well. The Volume 1 exchange didn't work very well. We had to engage another team from India to develop the exchange that we have. Okay, so we did inform all our members, all our investors. They got to understand that it's not something that we did overnight. It's something that we did, over many months. Some of the noisy makers that are making noise, they're the ones that we're actually even presenting, the changes that we're going to to happen. And so we went ahead and carried out that, and we made those changes, and we pursued the programs. We've implemented the projects as I've shown you. But you see, I want to invite members that that are out there to sometimes apply their own way of seeing things, and you know, and double check. For example, to double check I'm just trying to share a screen here, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me a second to double check what the industry calls what is staking. Okay, if you just Google those words, okay, you have several clear explanations, okay, of what staking is. Okay, one of the explanations there relates to the business model that we've been following. Okay, but the general idea of an exchange, or rather of staking, is that you have crypto. Okay, not US dollars, not Malawian kwacha or Kenyan shillings, but you have crypto, which you lock away, or you make available to a project, for a project to develop is offering, whether in blockchain or outside blockchain. These days, there is that dynamic. So if you just follow what all the other experts advised and share online to understand what staking is, these are the explanations that you're going to get. But you see, you have people that came to our program. They say this to me. They say, hang on, I came on board, came to know of your products or your program through a friend. I gave that friend X amount, and they said they were gonna come to you, like as though they were coming to me personally. But anyway, they were gonna come to you and invest. So I just want to find out from you. Now, I've not received my dividends or my ROI, because most people, they love the word ROI. And I asked them, okay, have you even Googled the word, the term ROI, the return on investment? What does it really mean? Okay, most people don't understand that. Okay, so they were persuaded by somebody else, or they partnered with somebody else who did the staking on their behalf and gave them just a little bit of a return, or of a reward that they were receiving. So you have a lot of people that were receiving X amount, bulk amount of cash, and they were only taking just a small little portion and giving somebody else. And then that person now is so agitated because the switch over to what we're doing has taken long, and then they start calling all kinds of names. But these are the simple explanations. Okay, now we changed the terms and conditions because the program changed, because we're running an exchange, we're running a real estate business, we're running a mineral mining and beneficiation business. So the program changed, the terms changed, and all that. Now, even if the terms changed and all that, most people do not even understand what we say dividends. They go and say a whole lot of things. Oh no, you haven't paid dividends. Now it's, but if you really did your own research, you applied your own mind, you will see that this is an article I found on Forbes. Even huge companies like Facebook, here it says, despite huge cash powers, Facebook, Amazon, Google are unlikely to pay dividends anytime soon. Well, this was last year when they're saying that. Most of these guys haven't even paid dividends up to now. Okay, And it's not unique just to us. Even the big companies, haven't paid dividends up to now. You sort of mean we have just 6 weeks ago started getting our exchange to run, but you find that people don't understand how dividends work. To most people, it is, I don't know. They have their own concepts of what dividends are. And so here we are. If you tonight go and follow what is what is out there online, what are dividends, what is ROI, when are dividends paid, what were the terms and conditions, what have we done so far, what are we going to do, it will change your general view or the perception that you have about our projects. And so you're not going to be influenced by somebody else, because you'll get to know these things yourself. You see, you're not going to rely on somebody else who is completely misinformed, that doesn't even know what they're talking about, to tell you, oh, okay, you know what, your dividends has been delayed because these guys are scammers. Something as ridiculous as that. But I don't know why they wouldn't even go and call Facebook, Amazon, Google, any of these guys scammers, because even Apple, once upon a time, took almost 32 years to first start paying their dividends. And we have promised to pay dividends in lesser time. In fact, right now, the good news is that we have already sent out mail. We are busy, we've got a bit of teething problems here and there, but we are busy organizing, waiting for people to submit their Temcoin addresses so that we can send them their Temcoin dividends from TA Properties staking that they did last year. Now, a few people have reached out. It would appear they don't understand how to download the wallets and how to add that how to seek the address to send to us so that the dividends are paid. And I would encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to reach out to our support team. Don't reach out to people that don't understand, what is happening. Reach out to our support teams, and so they'll be able to take you through the ins and outs on how to get your Temcoin address and submit it so that we can pay those dividends. At least we want to pay the dividends. We want to pay those dividends, even though I must tell you, those real estate projects that we did, we do have some legal glitches on 2 of them. One of them, we've already won the legal wrangle that was there. And I think we're going to win the other. But we still want to go ahead and send the rewards in our native token to those people that staked with us. And so as we go developing our program, the Temcoin goes on a decentralized exchange. They'll be able to trade that, exit with another cryptocurrency. Remember, we are a crypto-based business, and so that is how the application will be. We will not be sending fiat to anyone. We'll be transacting in our native token, which is our Temcoin. And if you recall, those of you that are prudent, that reach out, you do always make this comment saying, in fact, what you're presenting is what you presented to us last year. And it's not different. We don't know why people are now misconstruing things, because we did say the Temcoin was going to be the main medium of exchange in our on our Acex platform. And so that we have now implemented. And so when we now discuss this, other people are now misconstruing the facts. But look, I just wanted to make that point that it is the main medium of exchange. And so those of you that staked on our TE properties, we will be giving you Temcoin in dividends. You will be able to exchange that on a decentralized exchange like Pancake Swaps. We will also have that on our exchange, the Acex. It might look complicated, but trust me, it's not complicated. We will have people there to assist you exit. And so those of you that staked on the 6 months, those rewards are ready. Remember, the delay has just been in technical issues in getting the exchange ready so that we can use that to do the distribution and to do the trading. And here I'm talking about the limit order trading and all that. So that's done. And I think we need to be given a good round of applause. So our journey has been quite unique. Just like many other successful businesses, like I said, they've had their fair share. I mean, we've had our fair share of challenges, but we stand out for who we are, what we say, and we are going to deliver. Like I said, we're not going to drop the ball. Why? We have projects that are highly sustainable. We have 2 other huge projects that we are going to, I think, participate in the coming year. We haven't signed on the dotted line yet, but when we sign on those dotted line, I mean on the contracts, and we acquire those projects, they come into our basket. So I mean, our basket of revenue generating projects. That should give a lot of comfort to our supporters and our investors that have a long-term view. Why? Because that will increase the dividends that we're going to be paying you in the future. Okay, so I look forward to that. You know, it is in the making. It is in the background, and we are definitely going to do that. Now, I've already discussed the TE properties. If you haven't sent your address, your TE properties address for us to pay you dividends, please reach out to our support. The emails are on our website. Reach out to them so that those dividends can be paid. That one, at least, we've delivered. And those of you that understand this project, because of course I am aware that there are people that actually don't understand. It's not their fault. Some of them were just, you know, tagging along someone that did not give them the right information because they were not coming to the source to get the information. They were relying on somebody else to get information. But I want you to understand that you must get information from the source. You must get information, official information from our company. All right. So here, that is done. You need to submit your addresses so that we can pay those dividends, and we need to pay those as soon as possible. Our card business, I spoke about that earlier on. That has been delivered. Those people that ordered cards in the first round, we've distributed to everybody, including into parts of the world where they were saying I don't know anyone that has received cards. Now they are confirming they've received cards because it was just stuck somewhere in their postal systems. Okay, so everybody that ordered cards the first round, they've received. As we connect the Visa cards to our exchange, the next batch of cards are going to be distributed to the other members that are ordered their cards and they're still waiting. As you know, the spot trading platform is operational. This is 6 weeks. If you spot one little glitch here or there, please bear with us. But we have our developers, our technical team on top of the game, rectifying all the little small glitches that are there. This is, like I said, it's still early days, but we intend growing this business into a very unique business. But I want to make it clear because, people reach out. They believe the exchange they've heard out there, that large exchange, that is what we're aiming to. We want to be clone or a copycat of another large exchange. No, no, no. We are a unique exchange. We are Acex. Okay, so we have unique offers. We're going to have unique assets instruments traded on our exchange. Some of those might not appeal to some people. That you shouldn't stress about. You should be interested in the growth of the business, because your dividends will come from the overall growth of the business. As I've shared earlier on, if you just go and Google, how you benefit from a company like Google, you don't have to be a software engineer to go and write software about, a search engine software. You just need to invest in a good company that is going somewhere and wait for that growth. And once that in the traditional space there is at the IPO level, you can end up making a lot of money. Or if you leave that company to grow, your stock to grow on a stock exchange, and you have a long-term view, those that bought into Google, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, today, they've made a lot of money. Those that are buying into TE markets today, that bought into TE markets yesterday, that bought in TE markets last year, I can tell you in 5 years' time, the value that you're going to get from this company is going to be great, much greater than you can actually imagine today. Okay, I don't want to make predictions in terms of how much the value is going to grow to, but I know we are driving $1 billion business, and so that should give you a picture where we're going. And so is the P2P exchange, ladies and gentlemen. The P2P exchange is running. We should be given a good round of applause for that. I'm saying this because, you see, when we started out this, even earlier on this year, there were people who were saying, oh no, they like saying he claims, like as though I work a lot. Okay. He claims he's building the exchange. He's not building the exchange. He's sabotaging his own exchange and whatever. It's never ever gonna, they're never ever gonna get it to the public and get the public to have access to it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our exchange is now running. This is 6 weeks down the line. We keep optimizing it, and we're gonna add other, pairs to the exchange. I know a good exchange should have many, many pairs. The idea here is to add hundreds and hundreds of pairs there, and we're definitely going to do that. The P2P exchange works well when you've got a lot of buyers and sellers. Again, still early days. We do believe that we're going to go somewhere because of those instruments, those assets, those pairs that we're going to have on our exchange that are coming. Some of them right now, we're just working in the background. We don't want to reveal them yet up until everything has been optimized, and then we're going to unveil, and the keen traders are going to, benefit from there. Now, the potential outcomes, obviously, as we have proven before, we started out very, very small. We have investors, supporters that have been with us for a very long time. There are those that have been with us. If you recall, remember we had these trading robots that we had, the early days, and then you needed like how much? $125, was it? Or is it 150? To have one of our bots trade for you, and it was giving a little bit of this and that, and it was exciting. In fact, for me, there are even other members that have been with me in other investment programs that we've been running prior to TE markets that can tell you I'm just that kind of a person that will never ever drop the ball no matter what happens. So so that is where we started. Started out very small, and so the business has grown. Right now we like I said, we have an exchange, we have a mineral mining and beneficiation project. That's a huge one. We haven't even started operation. In fact, there's another member in our community. He has brought another mining project to us, huge project. And I'm saying this because, you see, sometimes people think their worldview of TE markets, that's how everybody thinks all over the world. You're not going to believe, ladies and gentlemen, the amount of support that we get out of there from well-meaning people, well-wishers out there. So this project has been brought by a well-wisher. And I was just amazed. It's one of our investors who brought that project. We've done the first round of due diligence on the project. It's a big project. It's one of those projects I was talking about earlier on that I think we're going to acquire that project in the coming year. It's going to add to the basket. That's huge. So thank you so much. And then, of course, I don't want to leave out any. We have many well-wishers that reach out, that bring solutions. There's another well-wisher that has brought some kind of reach out to, to some institutional investors. Let me not talk much on that, but you have those people that that support the business through and through, well-meaning people, and I really want to thank you. You are destiny helpers, and I thank the Lord for you. Pray for you all the time. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. And so our Temcoin project, where we are right now, we are in the second round sale of our Temcoin. In the second round, we plan to do this all the way into Q3, but we might go onto a decentralized exchange much earlier. The idea is to do it much sooner than the close of the year, or in Q1 of 2023. We want to put that on a decentralized exchange, but we're going to continue with the second round sale of our Temcoin. We intend to sell, the plan is to sell 25 million tokens. And then in the public sale, we intend to sell over 50 million tokens. Now, you should understand the crypto market. The reason why we've had to extend the going public of our token is that the crypto markets this year have not been favorable. This bear market started much earlier in Q1 of this year. The markets plummeted for several reasons. And then recently, this November, because of a big giant collapsing, took the crypto markets further deeper into the ground. It's not the end, ladies and gentlemen, but what I'm trying to make clear here is that, last year this time, the crypto market, I think, was somewhere about the value of $3 trillion, or is it 3.1 or 3.2 trillion dollars, somewhere there. I just can't remember the figure, but it was well over 3 trillion. And where it is now, we've lost almost $2 trillion gone. Now, that is not Ian Mvula's making. That is just the global situation, the supply and demand, and the perceptions out there, and what has affected the markets is what I've now just described. In the recent weeks, the big giant collapsed, and so took the crypto market's confidence further down. A lot of people offloaded their crypto, meaning the markets plummeted, because there are people out there that have lost confidence in the crypto market. But there are people in the crypto industry like ourselves that want to stimulate that confidence back. Yes, of course, we even within our mix, we have doubters and naysayers and noisy makers, but we want to participate in building confidence in the crypto market going forward. But the point I wanted to make here is that the going public of our native token, the Temcoin, has been delayed because strategically it wasn't going to give us a lot of momentum. Had we, for example, gone public first week of November or second week of November. Even now, this is the wrong time, meaning it was going to affect you. If you have some term coin and then we go public at the time when one of the big giant was collapsing, it means that your value was going to plummet further. Yeah, you see what I mean? So the timing is very, very important. The timing is very, very important. So we want to time it to an extent when we start seeing a big bull move in the market, where the confidence is reestablished, we can then go public in terms of doing a massive public campaign to offload as much term coin as we can. It will be easier then. It won't be easier now. When most of you were acquiring term coin last year, remember the crypto market was at $3 trillion. All that is not as it was then, meaning the values are much different today. You can check that out on coin market cap. Not the term coin, it's not yet there. I mean the total market cap of the crypto industry. That's what I'm referring to. And so be patient. And if you are one of our early adopters of term coin, or you came through Topeners Africa, Topeners Market, we're going to give you term coin. And it's the term coin from the decentralized exchanges that you're going to trade and exchange for real value of a stable token like USDT or BUSD, or even Bitcoin, and get to do something else. After all, you staked using crypto, or you invested using crypto. You never invested using fiat, apart from a few of our shareholders. So that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen, just to bring clarity to that. And if it's not clear what I'm saying, you can replay this video later on to get a little bit more context. And if you still don't get it, you can send an email. We can explain further what I'm talking about here. Okay. But every business that is going somewhere will have a plan, an exit strategy plan. Okay. Now I want to talk about this today because I've been talking about an exit strategy plan with my colleagues for a long time. Of course, there are people who just don't even understand what it means. They think it means running away with people's money. No. An exit strategy, ladies and gentlemen, for a business, for example, the Seattle Coffee Company, okay, when it was set up, it had an exit strategy to acquire a lot of units around the world so that a bigger player like Starbucks can come and acquire them at higher value, and they were going to make money. Okay. Recently, we saw Twitter being sold off to Mr. Elon Musk, and that acquisition may have been an exit strategy for Twitter when they were building Twitter day one. Okay, so they're building a business knowing, should it get to that stage and we have this momentum, at the right time, we're going to sell it at the right price, get that money, pay our initial founders or family and friends that supported the business, including themselves, will have, made this sort of money. If it's in the case of Twitter, it was listed on the stock exchange, and so it was an easy exit strategy that they had designed, and we are aiming for that sort of exit strategy. So they made a lot of money, okay? And Elon Musk went and delisted that company from the stock exchange. It's now not a public company, it's a private company, so he can do whatever he wants to do. So that's what we mean. So similarly, we are aiming for the next investment round, first of all, to promote our ICO, our initial coin offering the right way. Okay, that we really go public with it. Okay, and then there are projects within our basket. For example, the Red Planet resources, or the ones that we're going to acquire. There is a plan for us to build them to a level where we can go and list it on a stock exchange. Now, this time I'm talking about the traditional stock exchange, and then exit. Exit how? Sell the project to a bigger acquirer, and and then at that stage reward our members. Okay, and so we have those projects, including the whole entire business of TE markets. If we build it to the level that we've been planning, and you've heard me say this severally, that the business value of TE markets has grown tremendously because of those things that we've done. Even today, if we decided to sell it off, we're going to walk away with a sizable amount of money. But we don't want to do it now. We want to grow it a little bit more, get all those things that I was talking about a little bit more operational, beef up our balance sheet, and maybe at the right time go for an acquisition. Now, that is just plans that we have. We've been discussing in the background, and right now it's not definite when we're actually planning to go for this IPO or exit, but it has been part of our planning. Okay, and so those of you that want, or those of you that have a plan to go with us the long haul, I can promise you, of course, you will make a lot of money somewhere along the line. First of all, you'll be receiving dividends all along the way. And number two, when we now go for that acquisition or the merger, whatever it will be, you would definitely make a lot of money. Now, there are people that still would not understand what I've described here. We are going to discuss more on that when we get to that stage. This is still early stages. Like I said, the exchange is only 6 weeks, but I just wanted to talk about it because in the last few days, I've had a few people reach out to me. Oh, what do you mean by, exit strategy? So I just wanted to clarify that it's always been there. And it's always going to be there. Those people that build, in fact, I've got a great member of our community from Nigeria. He built a massive business in Nigeria. I'm not going to be talking about his business here, but just the concept. He built that. He participated in building a massive business that went to list on the stock exchange there. In his exit strategy, he made a lot of money. And, we shared a few ideas earlier on. I haven't spoken to him for a very long time. We exchanged a few texts recently, but I think I'll be looking to bring such people on board because they have the experience of building such a large business and taking it to a big platform like that, and then exit from there. And he's made a lot of money. So that is what we're talking about, and that is where we want to go. And so the early adopters of his projects, of course, they made a lot of money from there. So I'll be reaching out to him. And if you're here today, sir, I'll be reaching out to you in a few days before the holidays go full swing so that we have a further discussion on this. And so, ladies and gentlemen, our 5-year outlook is such that we want to take our projects, the Term Coin, the SX, the Visa card program, the real estate business, and of course, we are now going to go full swing. We are looking for bigger projects to do. The first 2 projects we've learned our lessons there, but we're looking for bigger projects to do, and we are going to push these projects in the next 5 years. And the total value of our estimated total project cost to take it to to take these projects to full commercial scale is about $100 million. And of course, we intend raising that from the second round pre-sale. We intend raising that from an IPO, maybe, or the ICO itself, in the next year, 2 years to come once our business has picked up momentum. Now, our business is not a small business. It's not what it used to be. It is a massive business. We haven't just done the valuation yet, but I think in the coming year, as we close off the financial year, we're going to know the exact value of our business. It is massive, ladies and gentlemen. It's not what it used to be. Those of you that were with us from the days of the the bots that we're running, it's not that. It's much, 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 much larger than that. And so I just thank the Lord for having given us that momentum to grow such a big business. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I wanted to discuss with you, to encourage our supporters, our members, that we mean well, that the business has grown, and we're never ever going to drop the ball. And we're here to grow the business further in the coming months, in the coming years, and to deliver to our members what we promised. Yes, of course, the delays that we have encountered, I could not have imagined right from the word go that we're going to go through what we've gone through. But we've been able to solve those problems. We've had big problems that we needed to solve, especially with the exchange. And also with our mining and beneficiation business. We are a majority shareholder there. We needed to solve some problems which have now been all settled, and we're going to go into production. And the exchange, ladies and gentlemen, is going to grow. So that's what it is. Thank you so much for participating in this program today. Joe, if you're there, I'll take 1 or 2 questions, and then we can close. I think we've only got 15 minutes to go. I think I've got like 5 minutes to go before another program starts off here. Please shoot, sir. 2 questions. Are you there, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for
Thank you so much.
Comprehensive response. Really, I think almost got everything that our clients were really asking for, but there are a few questions that probably you may want to tackle at this point.
Okay, your audio is not so clear, but go on,
The first
sir.
one
Go on. Go on.
Yeah, the first question is our TEA client are still asking, after the expiry of the November deadline, when do they do second level verification for their accounts?
You know, the TEA members, they're so dear to my heart because, these are the guys that got us from where we used to be when we're just starting out in this business to. I just want to appeal to all of you. Just know you're dear to our hearts. We're not going to let you down. We needed to solve the problems of the exchange and all those things and software issues and all that. In fact, in terms of paying out ROI dividends, we want to start with you, especially those that are in the crypto micro. We wanted to start it this November or December, but we've just had all these little technical issues. But once we rectify all these technical issues, we're going to start with the crypto micro and then go on to the others. Then we're going to go to the basic of top earners and all that, but they'll all be integrated within the exchange. And so I'm so excited, and I'm not going to drop the ball. We won't let you down. Hang in there. We're going to start with you, although you'll be the last ones to do a second level verification. Next question, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So there's also another question. We have clients who are asking, they really want to go ahead and do spot trading. So they're asking, when do we expect to have liquidity on our Acex platform?
Well, I'm not sure what they mean liquidity, but the thing is, I did describe it earlier on that we're going to enable a functionality where the people holding Tem coin or $10, as it used to be called, they can sell that on a willing buyer, willing seller basis in the exchange, and then they can trade it. So the liquidity will be willing buyer, willing seller basis. That is how it's going to be up until the company, in terms of TE markets, is able to participate in that, and we place additional liquidity for market orders to take place. But that is how we're going to start. Like as I was saying, it's still early stages, and then we're going to grow the functionalities and the access and whatnot. And of course, as I was saying, in 5 years' time, you're gonna be looking at a complete different business. In 10 years' time, you will never even remember these days when we had a bit of a delay, a storm, awaiting to get the pillars of the business running. Next question, sir.
Yes, we have our clients from the foreign jurisdictions who are saying they have never received their visa cards. That is UK, USA, Ghana, and Canada.
Those members, in fact, they were the first ones that we sent the cards to. But recently, I had someone from the UK confirm that they've received their Essex card. So if that particular person could confirm, it means everyone should look out in their mail. Now, that envelope does not come with an Essex logo on it for obvious reasons. It comes with just a general envelope. So you need to make sure you check the envelopes and you don't throw it away, because you may have thrown away your card. So we do have those people that have received cards just in all these regions that you've spoken about. Next question, sir.
Okay, we have another question. I know you talked about the dividends for the clients who have done staking in PE properties for the 6 months. Then we have the ones who did the staking for 1 year, and they are saying it's already 1 year. So when do they expect to have their dividends paid?
Yes, the ones for 1 year, we're going to send you the same mail, because remember, everyone is on a different mailing list. We're going to do it next year. In fact, I think if you recall, we did say there was a 45-day grace period. But ladies and gentlemen, I also want to appeal to you. Remember, we're still in the small, in the early stages of building the exchange and all this. So the small little teething problems should not frustrate you. We're definitely going to deliver. As I've said, we'll never, ever drop the ball. No matter the noise in the market, we'll never, ever, ever drop the ball. So we are going to deliver small teething problems. But here, in terms of the ones for 12 months, the issue is that the time has not even clocked yet. It had a 45-day grace period. And so we are actually going to deliver on that. Okay. So I think we can close the meeting. We've been here for a very long time. We can tackle some of those questions in the new year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last webinar we're having this year, 2022. We are going to resume the second or third week of January with more updates. And I think by then, the TE Properties dividends would have been people's wallets. Please send your wallet addresses so that we can send you the dividends. And I'm talking to the TE Properties individuals. Send that so that at least next year we can be showing you how to cash in, how to exchange that for other stable coins and exit. So send your addresses. The sooner you do it, the better, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Joe, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending this webinar. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he shine his face upon you. May he lift up his countenance and be gracious to you. May he grant you peace that surpasses all understanding. In Jesus' holy name, amen. And thank you for attending. Thank you, team behind it, technical guys behind it that make this thing possible. I really thank you for a great job done this year. Members of staff, thank you. We have delivered. We've had delays, but we haven't dropped the ball. And next year, we must make sure we start delivering dividends in Jesus' name. Amen. Bye-bye.
How to sell. Hi there. In this video, we'll learn how to sell crypto on SX P2P platform. Step 1. Log into your SX.market account from your device and click on P2P. Step 2. Click on Sell Online. A list of available and willing buyers will be displayed. Step 3. You can select from the displayed list anyone you wish to sell your tokens to, then click on Sell Online. Step 4. Fill in the amount you're willing to buy in fiat or crypto. Then select payment details, that is, the receiving account. Step 5. Click on Sell. The sell contract details will be displayed on your screen for you to verify your transaction. You can also chat with the buyer from the chat box or call their phone using the phone number provided on the top left corner of your screen. Wait for the user to pay for the sold tokens and confirm payment on your bank's app. Step 6. Once payment is received, click on Release USDT and then click on Confirm. Proceed to check your balance to confirm that the sold tokens are deducted. The transaction is successful. How to sell. Hi there. In this video, we'll learn how to sell crypto on SX P2P platform. Step 1. Log into your SX.market account from your device and click on P2P. Step 2. Click on Sell